realized till today. And go.
Hello and welcome to the review of the crossover between Waters of Mars, Midnight, and Under the Lake. The series premiere of Series 10 Pilot. So to get off a little recap, it shows off with Nardole and Bill, and they're in a room. The TARDIS is in the corner. The guitar. Peter Capaldi is playing the guitar in the background. And he brings in Bill, the new companion. They sit down at the table, and they talk about the reason why Bill is attending the doctor's lectures without him knowing. Without him or her supposed to be in there. They discuss all that, and then the doctor decides to take Bill on as an apprentice. And then Bill stumbles upon a girlfriend, and the girlfriend is in a club. She then sees the girlfriend talking to a puddle. She follows her girlfriend to the puddle, and there at the puddle, the girlfriend has her look into the reflection and sees that something is wrong. Bill has no idea what it is. So, and then it turns into December, where the doctor unwraps a gift from Bill, and it is a rug. But from the rug, the doctor has nothing. So then Bill goes home, and her mom finds a box of pictures of her mom. Or, I guess it wasn't her mom then, if that makes sense. I don't even know who that woman was. Roommate, maybe?
Okay, I'm going to step in here. I'm going to say foster mom, something along the line. Go on that.
I had no idea who that woman is. I thought she was her mom for most of the episode.
Go with that.
So then her foster mom finds a box of pictures of her mom in the back closet. And then when she brings them out, she realizes that the doctor is the one who went back in time and took all the pictures for her as a gift. And then Bill goes home and gets a call. It's from her foster mom, and she's not exactly sure who it is. And then she's not exactly sure what else. And then it's learned that the foster mom is not in the house, but someone's taking a shower. So then she goes, and she locks on the door and tries to figure out who's in the shower. Nobody's there, but there's water. There's water everywhere, but there's no one in the bathroom. And then she looks into the drain, and she sees the eye of her girlfriend, which we know is the eye because it has a star shape in it. So then she runs all the way back to the campus into the doctor's room, where the doctor learns about the girlfriend now being a water creature of some kind, and they escape into the TARDIS.
Puddle girl. Call her Puddle Girl.
Yes, and then they escape into the TARDIS. And then in the TARDIS, the Bill believes that the TARDIS is just a lift going somewhere in the area, the university. So then they teleport down to a room with a vault, which we had previously visited before, but I'll get to that in a second. So in the vault, and then they go into the vault, and then a minute later, the Puddle Girl shows up. So then they go 300 million years in the future to a different world. And there, the Puddle Girl shows up again. So then they go to the planet where the
Daleks.
the Daleks are fighting the Nevellans.
The Movellans.
Nevellans?
Movellans.
Movellans?
Movellans.
I have no idea who those are, but they're apparently from
Destiny of the Daleks.
Destiny of the Daleks, episode that I have never watched. So then, they meet a Dalek. The Dalek blasts the girlfriend, and the girlfriend is unharmed. So then, after a while, Bill realizes that the reason that the girlfriend is following her is because she made a promise to her at the puddle that she would never leave her. They hold hands, gaze into each other's eyes. Bill goes into her memory, and she looks in it, and then she says, "Okay, I can't go with you," and let's go. The girlfriend leaves, and Bill is left alone. Now, back at the university, the doctor threatens to wipe Bill's mind. Bill convinces him not to wipe her mind, and she leaves the building. Then about 20 seconds later, the doctor appears on the grounds as Bill walks out and invites her to join the TARDIS. And she walks in, and that was the end of the episode. That was a mini recap of the episode if you have not watched it or have a notoriously bad memory like me. Now, the professor will join us for a couple discussion points in this video.
Running into interference! I'm here. He gave the recap. I got some of these moments from the episode, and that's how we're going to do our little review. We're doing them a little bit differently this year,
yes,
the reviews. Recaps and reviews, I think that's our word of it. We're going to have to talk about the last few minutes, but I'm going to get to that first. But my first question is, what do you think of Bill?
I happen to like Bill. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say something that I'm probably going to regret within the next few episodes.
Yeah, go.
But I'm going to have to say that Bill is very Ace-like. She reminds me a lot of Ace, and the fact that she's snotty, she's angry, she knows what to do. She's street smart, but she's not very book smart.
Yes. I think I have the same motive. Bill she's different.
I think I'm going to like Bill.
I like that she's not another carbon copy Clara.
Yes.
After, like, 3 seasons of Clara...
And
it's nice
how many seasons of Amy and Rory.
It's nice to have
something different.
A little different. What I will say about Bill is I did like how she first reacted to the TARDIS, like you mentioned in the recap. She thought it was just there. I liked when they went out though, and then she's like, "Oh,
it's bigger on the outside or smaller on the outside," which has turned into Moffat's signature phrase with new companions.
But I like it. Yeah. It's not new companions without that. But I think it happened... Did it happen under Russell T Davies?
I don't remember. I get the writers mixed up too much.
Well, I can't remember the eras because that was like 10 years ago. Wow, it's been on that long.
So...
let's talk about the water creature. Heather.
Can we stop for a second and talk about one other thing?
What do you got?
The Doctor as a professor. I just wanted to bring that up. Because I thought that was something kind of different that you've never seen. The Doctor's staying in one place and teaching.
It's different, and his lectures just seem nonsensical, though, in a way.
Yes, but at least we figure out that the TARDIS is life.
TARDIS is life, but also it means, what the hell?
No.
But we'll talk about him lecturing at the end, because that's a big question point. Let's talk about the flood impersonator, I don't know, the puddle creature.
Yes, which, again, I think was a cross between Waters of Mars, the water creatures, Midnight...
Because they took, like, the...
Because they had the water everywhere.
Yeah.
Midnight, because she repeated everything. And the atmosphere that she created as under the lake.
What I will say, though, they had some creepy moments with that girl.
Yes, she did. When she came out of the water with just her face on that alien planet.
Yeah.
And grabbed her face. Oh yeah, that was perfect.
That was just...
And going on that, there was something I really liked about this episode. Yeah. And that was the fact that it was a mystery. The Doctor didn't know what he was fighting. He didn't know what it was. And he had to figure out what it was using his brains and clues around.
And leading to that, I liked how he tried to figure out what this creature was by traveling in time. Going to these different... And see how clever it is.
And Alex.
Yeah, and I really like that. Do you agree?
Yes.
And I think that made this episode kind of good. And
yes, it did.
I think what I'm going to talk about now, we got the puddle creature.
Yes.
Let's just talk about this Doctor as a father figure. Do you notice that? Do you catch that?
Yes, I did.
He's very warm to Bill.
Yes, he is.
He's very, like, he sees her as someone very important.
Which could lend credibility to the rumor that Susan is going to be coming back in this, season.
You've heard that rumor?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't believe most rumors. But
it could lend credibility because he is acting like a father again. And going on to the end, he promised someone that there would be no more companions.
That is interesting. I don't think...
And he settled down and become a teacher. And there's a picture of a woman on on the desk. And now that I think about it, it could be Susan.
Well, there's Susan on his desk and River. So those were the two pictures. So it's like he's made a promise to both of them, in a way. And I don't think Susan's ever going to come back. But I think this is like a Susan fill-in type of character.
Yes.
Someone he's warm to. But did you notice something how... he did stuff for her, like getting the picture of her mom.
Yes.
And it's like, okay, this is the Doctor in a different moment. This is
Taking
weird.
the time to explain stuff to her instead of just going crazy.
Yes, and I kind of like that. But you also see Bill kind of curious about the Doctor, like what's going on with this man type thing, and I like that. But I will say I did like the chase throughout time and space.
Mm-hmm.
That was good. But the biggest thing is those Daleks. They were in here now. I love the Daleks, they're awesome, but this just felt pointless. I'm sorry.
Daleks show up for, what, 30 seconds?
A minute, maybe, I don't know. 30 to a minute, but I'm like, why? Okay,
Honest.
but I will say the Mavellans being in there were total...
Surprise.
I'm like, Mavellans, okay, weird choice, Moffat, of creatures to bring back.
And then,
Yeah.
of course, there was the Dalek impersonator.
The Heather taking over...
Yes, the
That
girlfriend.
made the Daleks' appearance in this episode kind of cool, actually.
Yes, it did.
I'm not gonna lie. But we noticed this, and I think the final question I got, or discussion thing we can notice, is early in the episode when Bill was following the Doctor, wondering it. Do you notice they went to this building?
Yes.
I know we found out it was the vault. So my biggest thing is, what is in the vault?
And he's not trying to get into the vault.
Mm-mm.
He's trying to keep people from getting out of it.
And people from getting to it. So keeping two-way protection.
And then, of course, there was the foreshadowing.
Yes.
I wrote down a quote from the Doctor Who
There you
episode.
go.
I am a disguise. I'm here for a purpose. I have promises to keep.
Yeah.
And I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
He was in disguise. He wasn't the Doctor.
Yeah.
He was somebody else.
So what do you think his mission is in this?
Well, probably to guard over
The vault.
whatever's the vault, whatever is in the vault.
And I
Which
think
a lot of us are starting to wonder if it isn't Missy or the Master.
because John Sim is returning.
Is returning to
So,
Doctor Who.
all I will say is I'm curious where that leads.
This episode just left more questions than answers.
Yeah. So
I'm getting a crack in the wall vibe.
yeah. So something's coming.
Yes.
Something's coming, and I think even the, remember in the trailer it said something's coming, Bill, and we have to be ready.
Yes.
So I'm very curious. The big thing we did not mention yet, Nardole. Nardole was in this episode. It's like we didn't really talk about him.
Well, he was in the special, so
We
He
didn't
wasn't
need to talk
anything-
about, but what I wanted to mention is we got some explanation of what's going on with him. He's robotic, I think.
yes.
So the
in
Doctor-
the first few minutes of the episode, when Bill was led into the room
Yeah.
when he talked to the Doctor, he
Yeah.
dropped a bolt from his arm.
Yeah. So I'm very
Curious.
curious.
Wonder about that.
But I also think Nardole was actually, I still think Nardole's not that bad. He's really not that bad because he's just kind of like helping the Doctor out, I think.
He's a lovable idiot.
And I'm wondering the reason if Nardole's here is because he's helping the Doctor, and that's why the Doctor repaired him.
Yes.
So he can have someone else to help him out.
And then we have to go back to
Yeah.
the husbands, or not the husbands of River Song.
The return?
The return of Dr. Mysterioso, or
Yeah.
Mysterio, or whatever
Yeah,
it is.
Mysterio.
When they found the creature,
Yeah.
or when they fought the creature with the head.
Yeah.
And then you said that there was another appearance of that.
In the Husbands of River Song.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And I think they might be something.
I'm thinking that they might be a recurring enemy.
We know this is Capaldi's last season. We know it's coming. And I'm betting you they might appear in the Christmas special. But there's a part of it, it's not part of the episode, but you notice in the trailer, the Doctor or something regenerating. And then John
Yes.
Sim. So you see, this season's leading into something.
Major.
And I really cannot wait to see what Stephen Moffat has up his sleeve. Do you agree?
Yes.
But we're getting a little ahead of ourselves with that one. So overall, what do you give this episode? What are your final thoughts? What do you got?
I have to give it a 7.
Mm-hmm.
Because while it had a lot of potential and it foreshadowed a lot of potential awesomeness, the
Yeah.
episode itself was kind of a slow burner
Yeah.
and kind of cliche with
Yeah.
with Bill and the girl love triumphs, all of that.
It
cliche
kind of had a
stuff.
lot of stuff. I'm going to give it a 7 too, but my main thing about it is the reason I give it a 7 out of any other rating is I love the action-paced second half. But it took a lot to get to that. And I think I do love Bill. Bill was I love her companion so far. She's very good. But you can see the Doctor is very different. He's going to act a little different around her.
Which is weird. So what happened that changed the Doctor?
And I still think this episode 7 for all the reasons you gave it. It was great though. It was a good episode, enough for a premiere. and it didn't have the normal Moffat confusion.
Yes.
And that already makes it awesome for me. But I have one biggest thing if you didn't know. Did you notice that? The Doctor is acting a little bit more of his Series 8 personality. You notice that? He's more darker in a way. He's not
You know?
he has moments of Series 9, then he goes back to Series 8. You notice that?
I'm wondering if this is even the real Doctor.
Oh, no. Where do you even think that from?
Doctor regenerating
Yeah.
in the
Okay.
trailer.
You think he's an android?
I don't know about an android, but
Okay.
the way that he's acting, the way that Nardal's there,
Yeah.
and has been, it
doesn't feel like the Doctor we know.
it
you know,
doesn't. It feels like something's off.
because he's kind of swifting around the shadows. All I'm gonna say is we got 11 more weeks.
Yes, we do.
I hope these next 11 weeks will be awesome. And you know what? Biggest thing
Enough
is
questioning, and
enough theorizing in one video to talk about.
we'll see later.
But tell us your thoughts
Down below.
Down below in the comments. And very excited for the next 11 weeks.
I am.
And hopefully more people will join us throughout the weeks. There should be
Please.
someone there. There should be someone here. You know?
Yes, there should.
Collector.
But apparently he was working today.
Working. Yeah. Well, job's important, but...
And if you have no idea who we're talking about, go ahead and check out Midnight Who blog, our sister channel.
Yeah, just if you want to see who this man is, you know, if you want to. If you want. Well, that's it for tonight.
Well, I'm the Watcher,
I'm the Professor.
and have a fantastic day.
And 11 more weeks. And Doctor Who's back. Are you excited?
Yes.
All I can tell is we'll see you next week for the Smile episode.
Oh no.